Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our third and final session of Yoga for Badminton this afternoon. I'm delighted once again to be joined by Michael Connolly and Eamon Rocket for today's session. Really looking forward to the third instalment today and looking forward to getting going. So again, I won't take any more precious time away from the session. Michael, thanks so much.
Thanks a million, Carla, and thank you to Badminton Ireland again for inviting us, and a big thanks to Eamon for co-teaching. With me. So we're delighted to be with you today. It's our layers, and then we close it like very calming and centering for the nervous system, so they prepare us for kind of like downtime. Yeah. So standard in the yoga class that we start with a breathing practice, as we did on week 1 and week 2. But today's breathing practice is going to be a little bit more active. We're actually going to start it from standing. So as you can see, Eamon is standing in what's called Tadasana, which is mountain pose. So the idea is that you stand with your feet 6 to 8 inches apart, and you look down at your feet for a moment and you make your feet parallel. So from your heel to your second toe are like 2 parallel lines. So there's none of your feet turning in or feet turned out. You move your hips forwards a little bit and you take your hips back until you can feel that your hips are positioned directly over your ankles. Then you want to take the heads of the arm bones directly over the hips. And then the little bone at the back of the ear, you want that directly over your arms as well. So if we look at Eamon, it's like we could take a plumb bob to his posture, and the bone behind the ear is over the head of the arm bone, which is over the hip, which is over the ankle. And this is seen as Tadasana, standard posture, neutral posture in yoga. So in a moment, all we're going to do is we'll take an inhale through our nose. As we do, the moment will naturally begin to expand. So it's nearly like we're waiting for this to happen. And as the natural expansion happens, the hands move a tiny bit. Now, it's only that much movement. If you let them, they move. And the minute you feel it, you just follow the movement in all the way up. And then we'll exhale all the way down. We will do 3 rounds of this. Then we'll take it into a forward fold. We'll take it into a step back. And we'll just very slowly, through the breath, begin to warm the body. So we're going to do mind and body through the breath, beginning to move with ease. So standing tall, and let's begin our first breath. Inhale, hands come all the way up over your head and touch over your head. Thumbs out, come all the way up. Exhale, turn the palms out and the hands come all the way down. 1 more of these. Inhale all the way up. And exhale the hands down by your sides. Just pause for a moment. Simply just pause. Creating a little space before we go into the next set. So the next set is where we add a forward fold. Yeah. And just remember that when we're coming up from the forward fold, you want to actually fire your pelvis through the floor. So we call this rooting. So to come up from the floor, you drive your legs through the floor. You press the energy, the power of your core and your pelvis down through the floor. So you hear me saying that. So here we go. It's just a flow, easy and slow, nice movement with the breath. Inhale, hands up over your head. Exhale, take your hands down through center this time as you hinge forwards to touch the floor. Inhale, drive. Exhale, and again. Inhale, hands up over your head. Exhale, hands through center as you fold all the way forwards to touch the floor. Inhale, drive the legs through the floor to come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. That's 2. 1 more of these. Inhale, full elongation. Full stretch now, all the way lift. Exhale, forward fold, hands through center, hinge forwards, touch the floor. Drive the legs through the floor on the inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. And just pause for a moment. So the next movement is called half lift, where we're not in a forward bend or a back bend. So we take the forward fold, and then we just lengthen the spine again and take that elongated spine back into the forward bend, just freeing up the back chain a little bit more. So again, follow along, give the visual with Eamon, do the best you can to make it, just make it easy, breathing, and movement. Here we go. Inhale, full elongation, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthening the spine, staying in the forward fold. Now full forward fold, exhale. Inhale, drive the legs through the floor and come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. That's one. Let's go again. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold, all the way forwards, nice and easy, touching the floor. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, exhale, hands down by your sides, and that's two. One more, everybody. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drive the legs through the floor as you come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. And just pause for a moment. Just pause. It's okay to close your eyes if you wish, but it's only 10 seconds where we just pause. Good job. Now we're going to start moving our feet for the first time. So we're going to do what's called a step back, and then we'll just step back in again. It's that simple, but we're beginning that process of opening up the lunge and making the connection of the feet through to the legs, through to the pelvis, into the spine, and into the feet again. So again, as easy and slow and as casual as you can, it's movement and breath at this moment of the class. We'll go into a little bit of strength shortly, but at the moment it's just movement and breath. So let's begin. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, long and slow as you hinge forwards to touch the floor. Inhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, your pelvis settles. Inhale, step your right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, and come all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. And this time we're going to do a left leg step back. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold, long and slow. On the inhale, your left foot steps to the back of the mat, low lunge. On the exhale, your pelvis settles. On the next inhale, that left foot steps to the front of the mat. On the exhale, you do full forward fold. On the inhale, drive the legs through the floor and inhale and come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. So that's one round of both legs. Let's do two more. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps to the back of the mat, low lunge. Exhale, your pelvis settles. On the inhale, your right foot steps to the front of the mat. On the exhale, fold the legs through the floor to inhale and come all the way up. And exhale, hands down by your sides. Left leg lead. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left low lunge. Exhale, the pelvis settles. On the inhale, left foot steps to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drive the legs through the floor and come all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your sides. One more of these, guys. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot steps to the back of the mat. Exhale, pelvis settles. Inhale, right foot steps to the front of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root deeply to come all the way up. The last of these, leading with the left. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, low lunge. Exhale, pelvis settles. Inhale, left foot steps to the front of the mat. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, root deeply and come all the way up. Exhale, hands down through center or by your sides, and simply close your eyes for a moment. Good job, everybody. So we're going to do a little standing sequence now that's designed to open the hips a little bit, strengthen the whole core. So we got a little bit of our breathing practice as well. So we're going to introduce a pose called Warrior 2, side angle pose and reverse warrior. If you've been to yoga, you know, you're used to yoga, you'll know these poses. If not, simply follow the instructions. Eamon is going to give you a good visual so you'll be able to follow along. And we're going to integrate these into the flow and have a bit of fun. And I think that's the important bit, to loosen up, have a little bit of fun. So here we go. Inhale, full elongation. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now this is where it gets a little different. On the next inhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Turn the right foot, so land the right heel and turn the right foot so the foot is kind of 45 degrees-ish. On the inhale, draw the legs towards each other and come all the way up to what's called Warrior 2. I'm going to stay in Warrior 2 for a few moments. So Warrior 2 is the right knee is bent deeply. Sorry, the left knee is bent deeply. The front knee is bent deeply. You want the pelvis to be directly under the shoulder. So if you look at Eamon again, you could actually hang a plumb bob from the center of his forehead that's going right down through his center. Now from here, you inhale and you float your arms. Now we know that the trapezius muscles are what's responsible for bringing the arms. So when everybody, just bring your hands up to here. Now take them back down again. Now do it slowly. As you bring your arms up, you'll feel these muscles begin to fire. And this is not necessarily what we're looking for. So our invitation is to take the hands above. And with the hands above, now let the shoulders slide down from your ears. And this it's going to switch these babies off completely. Now take the hands to shoulder height. Now use your eyes for a moment. Look at your elbow creases and externally rotate your arms until your elbow creases are turned up to the shoulder blades onto your back. Medicine for badminton players. Excellent. Now keep the elbow creases turning upwards. So the upper arms are in that external rotation as you turn your forearms and hands down towards the floor. Now you stop at any stage where you can't keep the elbow creases turned up. That's fine. Then it's in through the nose and out through the nose and go a little deeper. In through the nose, out through the nose and just go a little deeper. In through the nose, out through the nose and go a little deeper. Now left hand to your hip, sorry, right hand to your hip, left hand onto the front knee. Yeah, so while we got that right hand out at shoulder height, we remember this from previous weeks, you now draw all the energy of the arm. It's called muscle energy. You draw it all back to its core. So you do, you externally rotate the arm as you take it up over your head and it's a full stretch. So this is side angle pose. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Now we're coming up into what's called reverse warrior or goddess warrior. So on the inhale, come all the way up. Yeah, watch Eamon. He's taking his right hand down onto the outside of his right leg and the left hand to the ceiling. Then he's taking the left hand over his head. So the whole left side of his body, the front body is now in a side. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's a crescent moment. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. On the next inhale, touch the floor and step the front leg back for downward facing dog. Full stretch here. So just take your time, soften your knees a little bit, press the upper leg bones back and get a full stretch. It's the only time we're going to do the core pose in this way during today's session. So inhale, forward board pose. Switch on those front hip points. Just get them to wrap towards each other so the transverse abdominal muscles are at the party. Then send the glutes down towards the heels, which engages the glutes, and also the bottom part of the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscles. Have a little smile here. Take your knees to the floor. Inhale into your back body, and exhale, come forwards and down to the floor. Fabulous. Now inhale, come up for cobra pose. So you press the hands through the floor, you inhale and you just do a little bit of a back bend, drawing back, clawing the hands back. So all the energy has been drawn up through the arms and up into the heart to lift the heart a little higher. And then you take your ears back a little bit and smile. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. A big step with the right foot to the front of the mat. And if it doesn't land up at the front of the mat, take a moment until you position it, because it's important for where we're going next. And now you turn your left heel onto the floor with the foot at 45 degrees. Hug the legs towards each other and come all the way up to that warrior one position again. Now you can see Eamon from behind this time, so you can see the shape of his back and everything. So inhale, float the arms, take them above head height. Yeah, so the hands come up above head height, and then you let the shoulders just come down from the ears. Then you position the arms parallel. Have a little look with your eyes, guys. Turn the palms up. Turn the entire arms up until the elbow creases are pointing up. Maintain this and do the inward or the pronation, whichever wording you want to put on it, where you turn the forearms in. And now we're good to go. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little bit deeper. Good job. Right hand onto the right hip, left hand onto the left knee. Sorry, we're the other way around again. So it's right knee. I said that completely wrong. So the right hand is on the right knee, left hand is on the left. Now, take that left hand out of shoulder height again. Integrate the head of the arm bone. Do the external rotation and take the hand all the way up over your head. Inhale, exhale, go deeper. Inhale, exhale, go deeper. Inhale, exhale, go deeper. Fabulous. We're moving into reverse warrior or goddess warrior. So on the next inhale, that left hand comes all the way onto the outside of the left leg, right hand to the ceiling. Begin to go into your side bend deeply. Now inhale, exhale, go a little deeper, which means you go into the front knee more and you create more of the side bend. Inhale, exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, go a little bit deeper. Beautiful, guys. Touch the floor and step the back foot forwards now for forward fold. Root the legs through the floor on the inhale and come all the way up. Exhale, hands through center. Good job. We're going to lead with the left leg, but we're going to have a different middle piece of the flow. Inhale, hands up over your head. Exhale, forward fold. It's left leg lead now, guys. So inhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Pause for a moment. Hug the legs towards each other and come all the way up to high lunge with the hands up over your head. Lift through your thumbs as much as you can. So the hands lift like so. So you want to start doing lifting with the thumbs and it just lifts up the back ribs a little bit more. There you go. And have a little smile. Now, guys, take your hands down through center and do the twist. So what you're doing is you're taking your left elbow over that right knee. The hands are in the prayer pose. And if you look at Eamon, his top arm, which is his right arm, is pressing down so that he can get his top right shoulder to move back more and deepen the twist. Fantastic. Touch the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Soften the knees a little bit and press the upper leg bones back and get a full spinal extension. On the next inhale, come forwards to bird pose. Immediately wrap those two front hip points. Flesh on the bum goes down towards the heels. You can take your knees down like we did on the first round, or take a breath into your back body, and on the exhale, come all the way forwards and land to the floor. Good job. Inhale, come all the way up, cobra. Press the hands through the floor, pull the hands back, and inhale and come all the way up. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. In your own time, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Pause for a moment. Hug the legs towards each other and come all the way up again. Hands lifting, but lift through those thumbs so the back body is getting a full extension. Have a little smile here and breathe deeply. Then on the next exhale, take the hands through center and take your right elbow over that left knee. At this time, even though you can't see it, Eamon's back is to you, the left hand is actively pressing down so that the left shoulder can move into the back plane of the body, and this deepens the spinal twist. Have a little smile here. Touch the, now root deeply and inhale and come all the way up, full elongation. And then exhale, hands down by your sides. And again, just for 10 seconds, just close your eyes and go into that neutral space. Close your eyes, go into the neutral space. Good job, guys. Come to lying on your belly. We're going to do the first of our back bends. We are going to do a series of 3 or 4 back bends. So the first one of them is Sphinx Pose. Now, if you've never done Sphinx Pose before, what you want is you want your elbows directly under your shoulders. Your palms are forwards, yeah, and you want your elbows to be outer shoulder distance apart. So you don't want them in like this. You want to be outer shoulder distance apart. And then what you don't want is the hands moving towards each other or the hands moving away from each other. The forearms are parallel as well. So it seems like a big setup, but that just opens the upper back for us. Then you press your forearms down into the floor as if you're trying to straighten out your arms. So there's that action of moving forwards from the elbows, which switches on the biceps and the triceps. And you pull the hands back as you inhale and come all the way up for Sphinx Pose. Now, for the next 20 seconds, it looks as if you're not doing anything, but you start to hug your legs towards each other and make your legs longer. So this now brings an extension into the base of the spine. Equally, you keep the hands active and you pull the hands back and try to imagine pulling your sternum, which is your breastbone right here. Imagine pulling that forwards and through, like a sling. You want to try to draw that through your arms. And have a little smile here. Fabulous, guys. Just lie flat onto the floor. Good job. So that's Sphinx Pose. Press up onto hands and knees. And we're going to do lizard lunge next. So take your left foot forwards. So your left foot comes to the outside of your left hand. Yeah. Take your right hand forwards, one full handprint. Yeah, and take your body weight forwards. Let your body weight go forwards into the lunge. So this opens up the hip flexors and we're into a little bit of a lunge. Now the back leg, which is the right leg, press it into the floor and draw it up the mat as you slowly take the right heel up towards your bum. Now, some of you will stop here and that's good. Be here and be in the stretch and stay here for 3 breaths or whatever. And for more of you, you will want to take your left hand back. And for the left hand, so the other left, the right hand back and catch hold of the instep. Are you right, Eamon? Yeah. No, I'm bad. There we go. Yeah, so it's the left hand back. It is to catch hold of the instep. So this gives us a little bit of a bind and it gives us a much deeper stretch. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, release, back onto hands and knees. And this time it's the right foot that comes forwards. The left hand goes forwards, one full handprint, just to allow you space to go deep into the lunge. So just go deep into the lunge. And you can stay here or press the knee into the floor and slowly pull that left heel up towards your bum. And then you want to take your right hand back to catch it if you're doing the bind. This is a big enough pose now, but it's opening up the hips. It's opening up the hip flexors. We're getting a deep twist involved. The core is engaged. There's a lot going on here. It's a complex pose. Some of the yoga poses are very simple, and this is very much a complex pose. So enjoy this pose. Maybe one more breath again. Fabulous, guys. And step back to hands and knees for a moment. You don't for a moment, Eamon. Yeah. Okay, guys. So just don't follow along now. Just actually take a moment out and just watch Eamon for a moment. So if Eamon takes his right foot forwards again, where he was for crescent lunge, or for lizard lunge, there's a load of things that we can do here. Like these are, every yoga pose is designed to have levels to it and extras that you can do. So Eamon, go off and do your thing there. Yeah. So Eamon's going to bring his hand underneath. He's now going to lift that foot off the floor, get himself into a place of an arm balance, and then pop the back leg off the floor as well. So it's a little pose, it's a little hand balancing pose called running man, because the 2 legs are being split. And as you can see, it's pretty impressive, and good job, Eamon. So you can come all the way back into hands and knees. Yeah. So from here, if you come back to lying on your belly, and we're going to do what's called half bow pose. Now, bow pose is a traditional back bend that opens the front body and is really, really good for badminton players. However, bow pose can be a challenge for some people. So I like to teach it in half bow, and then there's the option of doing full bow. So to do half bow, please take your left elbow directly under your shoulder with your left hand across the mat. Yeah, so your left elbow is across the mat. Press your right knee into the floor and draw your right heel up to your bum, and take your right hand back to say hello to your instep. Now, all we do here is the back leg, the left leg hugs midline to give us our core integration. Yeah? And then what you do is you start pressing the glutes downwards, especially on that left side. You drive the glute down to the heel. As you do so, you start to lift your right knee off the floor even an inch. And an inch is a lot here. Now, if you can, if it's too much, forget the next instruction. But if you can now externally rotate your upper arm, You're going to take it into the upper arm and into the rotor cuff a little bit. And now you kick your heel away from your bum as much as you can, and you create a whole bow, like a bow and arrow, with that right side of your body. And your left side of your body is just stable. Fabulous. And release, everybody. Back to lengthening out. Now the right hand goes across the body. The left knee presses into the floor, and the left heel comes up. And the left hand goes back to say hello. Now the right leg becomes active. It's part of the stabilizing of the core. So the right leg hugs midline to engage the core. From there, then you externally rotate the left arm if you can, so that you're going to get the rotor cuff open, the pectoral, moving into that area. Now, guys, what you do is you lift your left knee off the floor just half an inch. Now, guys, slowly, flesh on the bum descends. And you kick your heel away. 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the nose, at your own pace. And slowly release down. Now, if they were tough on you, just take a rest before we go into the next movement. Otherwise, bring both heels up. Bring both hands back. Catch the insteps or even the shins if possible. It's an extra bit to go to the shins, I know. And you hug both legs towards each other now, because we want the central line of core muscles to be engaged. So hug the legs towards each other, and the core, the central line of the core gets involved. Wrap the flesh on the bum down towards the back of the knees. Lift both knees an inch from the floor. Externally rotate both arms now. So you're getting that full opening in the pectoral, all the way into the front deltoid, all the way through that rotor cuff. Oh my God, shoulder blades are on the back. There you go. Now slowly kick your heels away from your bum, lifting your knees a little higher. Be here for 3 breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. And slowly come all the way down. Well done, everybody. Roll over the toes for downward facing dog. So downward facing dog then is a stretch for the entire back body after the contraction that was just there. So it's what we call a complementary pose. Fabulous, guys. Come forwards, and however you do this is perfect. Just come to lying on your back. And the next pose is going to be bridge pose. So from lying on your back, bend up both your knees and have your feet flat on the floor. Excellent. Now position so you take your hands off the floor and have your wrists above your elbows. Press the elbows down into the floor, and it's like you're leaning back. So there's the floor. So the elbows go back into the floor, then the armpits go back into the floor, then the back of the head goes back into the floor. And already we're getting nearly what we had in the bow pose. If you do this strong enough, you're taking everything that's in the front part of the body into the back body. We're getting to open the front deltoid, the rotor cuff now. If you keep pressing the hands down through the floor and lean your ears back, keep this action. So the upper body is in a leaning back action. That's the back bend action for the upper body. Press the feet into the floor now. Pull the heels towards you and lift your hips high. Excellent. Now the elbows might want to get a bit giddy, give them a bit of space, but then action them back down again. Elbows down into the floor. Now, keeping the elbows down into the floor, stretch out your arms and catch hold of your yoga mat or carpet or whatever it is you got. Just catch hold of something. Now, as you catch hold of something, pull your hands apart and externally rotate the upper arms more. Open it up. Fabulous, guys. Now, pull the heels towards your bum. Pull your heels towards your bum. Come 1 millimeter higher, 1 millimeter higher, 1 millimeter higher, and slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way down. Good job, everybody. Just lengthen out your legs and give yourself 10 seconds here in this neutral space as well. Good job, guys. Bend up your knees, roll over to the right. And our second last pose of today is what's called Tadasana, or single leg forward fold stretch, whichever you want to call it. Sit tall and you stretch out your right leg. You take your left heel into your body, just like you can see Eamon doing here. To get the rib cage open, you put your hands on the floor, press the hands through the floor, and on the inhale, from the inside, you lift your rib cage up. With your rib cage lifted up, you now start to turn, so there's a twist involved. So you twist, and you get the left ribs to twist towards that right foot. Yeah, keep the right hand back. Yeah, there's an urgency for some people to get the right hand to go towards the foot, which will cause the upper body to round again, and you'll come out of what you've just done, which is your twist. So you've just initiated a twist. And if you go with the right hand, it's going to take you out of the twist. Also, you've just created length. Yeah, and if you go with the right hand, it's going to reduce the length again. So keep the right hand behind you because it keeps the lift, yeah, and it keeps the twist. And slowly go with the left hand to see, can the left hand, if not, you take it outside of your right knee and slide it down towards your right knee a little. Now you take a breath, yeah, and on the exhale, you just twist a little bit deeper. So you're getting those left front ribs towards your right foot a little bit more. Now the next breath, you breathe again, and on the next exhale, you simple hinge forward, just hinge forwards a little bit. The next breath is a twist, so you inhale and twist a little bit more. There's another breath, and on the exhale, you move forwards a little bit more. Last one, guys. Inhale again. On the exhale, twist a little bit. Inhale again, and on the exhale, go forwards a little bit. Fabulous. Inhale and come all the way up. Good job, everybody. Wonderful. Take the left leg out and take the right leg in. Same action, fingertips to the floor, press the fingers into the floor. You want to get the rib cage to lift up, and we get a little bit of an opening in the chest. Fabulous. Maintain this, but now it's reversed. So as the right ribs are turning towards that left foot. You can keep the left hand on the floor behind you. If you take it forwards, we lose it, yeah? So that right hand slides across. Ideally, it touches the foot. If it doesn't touch the foot, take it to the outside of that left leg and slide it down a little bit. Now we're going to begin with our 3 breath exchanges. Well, it's 6 breath exchanges, actually. But we're going to do twist, fold, twist, fold, twist, fold. So inhale. And on the exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale. On the exhale, hinge a little deeper. Good job. Inhale, exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, hinge a little deeper. Inhale, exhale, twist a little deeper. Hinge a little deeper. Excellent. Inhale, come all the way up. Good job, everybody. Lie out on your back. We'll just do a few short minutes just to quieten down. Lying out on your back, arms down by your sides and palms facing upwards. And simply close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, we're really just creating the environment for your body to reap the rewards of all of the movements that we've just done. So in yoga, we talk about there's benefits to every pose. Just moving the body is a benefit in itself, besides all the systematic benefits that can be had. And what it is that we're looking for is, we're looking just to create an environment where we're going to kind of like a neutral body. The muscle memories can be enhanced, the subtle body, the 3 to 5 minutes, more if you can, to simply just chin. So there's nothing else required of the body, except just like a sponge. If you had a sponge and you let it go, yes, you squeeze a sponge and you let it go, and it just soaks up whatever's around it. So your body's not just soaking up the benefit of the class. You can accelerate this by having your eyes softly closed. Give your body equally. Having your hands extending from your body equally. And then you can burst and draw your awareness all the way down along to the corner of your mouth, softening your jawline. So the mouth, the tongue, the back of the throat begins to soften and relax. Take one deeper breath. And as you exhale, just exhale longer and slower than you usually would. And now staying connected to the breath. We'll just do that little soften mantra meditation again. So you notice your breath as the breath in your body. You simply say the word soften. You say this silently and mentally. You can vocalize it if you wish. So as the breath leaves your body, soften. There'll be another inhale. And as this breath leaves your body, soften. There'll be another inhale. As the breath leaves the body, soften. There you go. Stay with this for the next short while. where your mind and body harmonize deeply, and all the benefits of the practice are codified. How did you feel good inside? Did you build a bridge to beginning to be stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally? With each invitation, with each breath, there's an invitation just to say the word soften with an ever-increasing softening tone until it just becomes like a whisper, a gentle whisper on the inside that steers you towards softening, relaxing, centering. And the more you do of this, the more access you have to being able to just bring your mind and body into one and to come into a state of center deeply. And we do know that in the badminton, there's times and places where it's really good for us to just come in the middle of our, an important match, to come back to center, to go calm, to become centered. There you go. Just enjoy. The invitation now is to simply breathe a little deeper. With deepening breath, begin to move fingers, begin to move toes, until it's perfect for you to bend up your knees, roll over to the right, and slowly come all the way up to sitting. So guys, this is week 3 of 3 weeks. Each of the classes were designed to give you something. So there's different benefits from the first class, different benefit from the second class, different benefit from the third class. And hopefully there's enough in there that you could actually nearly design a longer practice put 2 of the classes together, or 3 of the classes together if you wanted to. And we'd love you to be creative with it. We'd love you to let us know how you're getting on with it. Badminton Ireland are after putting together a playlist which will be up on YouTube, so you can check out class 1, class 2, and class 3. All we can do is say thank you so much on behalf of myself and Eamon. Thank you to Badminton Ireland. Thank you to the Waterford Badminton Club for leaving us in. But as we said before, especially thank you to you for taking on the practice, for trying it, and we hope that it absolutely adds to you in some way. So thanking you. Namaste.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks, Eamon. And on behalf of Badminton Ireland, I just want to thank you both for everything over the last 3 weeks and for providing such valuable content to our members and to a larger audience as well. If anybody does have any questions, please do comment them on this post. And if you do want to watch them back, like Michael alluded to there, we have put up a YouTube playlist called Yoga for Badminton on the Badminton Ireland YouTube. So you'll find the videos there. Thank you all for joining today, and I hope you all found it really valuable.
Thanks a million. It's been our pleasure. Thank you, guys.